You are still watching CBC Breakfast with me, Martin Lutona, right here on CBC Television. And like I said, we are discussing depression and mental health. And before that, we did discover that even children get depressed. Children suffer mental issues. I'm sure those of you that followed us in the first hour, it was discussed that a child would face depression maybe because they are rejected at home, and maybe they are growing up as the only boy in the family. There are no girls, or there are no other brothers, and then this one would get depressed as well. And other than that, there is bullying that happens in schools, and so a child will be affected negatively, and so they go through those problems. And so joining me on set is the head of department secondary section at Christ Life School, Mr. Valentine Kamfuli is here with us. Good morning, sir. Welcome to the program.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much. And so we want to focus on anti-bullying. There is a policy on anti-bullying that the Minister of Education did come up with for enforcement. And so one of the rules, as I see here, is bullying, teasing, or any form of harassment is strictly prohibited. And then on the pledge here, it says, I will not bully others. I will treat everyone with respect. This is a child pledging this. I will stand up for others. I will report bullying. I will support my classmates. So, Mr. Kamfuli, based on this pledge and the rules that you have in school, have you ever experienced a child that is depressed in your day-to-day work from the time that you started teaching? Have you ever experienced a child who is depressed?
Yes, we do have such situations where we have children feeling depressed in situations where they even start saying that they don't want to come to school. Yeah, they even start shunning coming to school. So we, as a school, Christ Life School, we have zero tolerance for bullying. So this is something that we don't tolerate. So that's why we came up with the anti-bullying pledge. So this anti-bullying pledge, this is where a child is pledging to not to bully others. This is where they pledge to respect others, to respect other people's belongings, and to be good students, to make an environment, the school environment, conducive for others to be in school, not to depress them, not to oppress them. So this is why we as a school came up with this.
What are some of the sanctions on a child that is discovered to be a bully? What does the school do? Do you suspend? Do you expel that child? What do you do in those instances in order to prevent other children from getting depressed and having mental issues?
Okay, so one thing that we should that we look at is restoration. We can take action, maybe even suspend the student, but if that child is not helped, even where they are going, they'll be the same. So what we usually do is we do talk to the perpetrators. Yes, we do talk to them. We do counsel them, and then if we see that they persist, we do involve parents. If after involving the parents we see no change, then we'll go ahead and we'll go ahead and suspend that student. Yes, for a period of time. When they come back, then we still continue with the counseling and helping that student.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Sure.
And so there has been cases in schools where school-going children have committed suicide because they're having issues and whatnot. What is the school? What are schools doing rather, or what what must they be doing to avoid these cases of suicide in schools?
So, from the counseling point of view, there is what we call empathy. It's where you place yourself in another person's shoe. So, when we look at the children, it is something that we, even as teachers, are learning to understand the children. So, when you have children on board, it's not just about the children in the school environment. You need to take in keen interest even where the children are coming from. So as a teacher, you need to create a relationship with the learners such that you'll be able to know and understand the environment where the child is coming from. You find that some children are coming from very abusive homes. Some are coming from very violent homes. So when they come to school, this place has to be a safe haven for them. This has to be a safe environment for them. This is where they need to find peace. So even when they go home, they come here, they are going to find peace. When they go home, they come here, they are going to find peace. So when they are in school, we as teachers, it is our responsibility to understand the children. Sometimes you don't rush into punishing the child, but you try to understand the child. That is the first thing that you need to do as a teacher. Try to understand the child. I remember, I'll give one incident. When I was doing my teaching practice. There was this child I had in class. This child was noisy. This child was noisy, and almost every day I would punish this child for making noise. So there was this day this child just went mute. I was like, what's going on? I asked him, what is the problem? He said, I'm not feeling well. I asked him the second time, he said, I'm okay. So him giving me two answers, it triggered something within me to say there must be something wrong here. Then I told him, after class, see me. After class, I had even forgotten about it. He followed me, and I started having a conversation. This is a boy child. Started having a conversation with him, and in the conversation, he made a statement that struck me. He said, me, I can even do anything. That statement struck me because it was a huge statement that I needed to digest and understand what he meant. And after having a conversation with him, it was a statement that was even pointing to suicide. Came to discover that this child, where he was staying, he was being abused. He was being abused. So he told me to say, when I come to school, this is where I just find peace. This is where I find myself. This is where I am myself. So after having conversations with this child, I came to discover that this child, he was even paying for himself. After having conversations with him, we involved an NGO. They helped out. Yeah, they paid for, they started helping him out financially. Yeah, until he wrote his grade 12.
Mr. Comfort, I like the step you took to identify that kid, and then you were able to have a one-on-one with him. And so are you saying maybe there's a neglect on the part of teachers that sometimes because they're overwhelmed, you people are overwhelmed, the government has given free education, and so most of the government schools are packed with pupils. And so it's possible that a teacher would be overwhelmed that they are not able to attend to each and every need of a child. So could it be that teachers now make it deliberate, that you start to speak into the lives of the learners? Is it something doable, or what should it take for us to get to a place where you are attending to the needs of children before they commit suicide?
For sure, it is. It is doable. As a teacher, like I said, you need to be empathetic. You need to place yourself in the shoes of the learners that you are handling.
And some of them, it's just a job. They don't have the passion like you would have to spot out and whatnot. For them, it's a salary at the month end. I get paid. That's all. What comes next is none of my business. More so in universities or colleges, they'll just come there, they'll just come there, give their lectures or something and they disappear like that. So what must be done from your point? Should teachers get involved into the personal lives of students and pupils?
Personally, what I would say is, if you are going to teaching, or if you are joining the teaching fraternity for money, you are in a very wrong field. Because in the teaching fraternity, this is a fraternity that is building a generation. Now, if we, the people that are building a generation, are going to neglect, are not going to look into the future of the generation that is coming, this is where we are going to have a generation that will have no remorse, a generation that will be full of anger, a generation that is not well-natured, a generation who think like taking a life will be it's like just drinking a cup of tea. You understand? So we as teachers, we need to shape, okay? We need to shape, because we teachers are considered role models. So as a role model, the way I want my generation, the next generation to be, is the way I should mold myself. So whenever I am teaching my children, whenever I'm teaching the learners...
Let's hear this caller. Hello? Hello? Well, they're not. Continuous.
Okay. So in as much as a teacher, when you are in this fraternity, your focus should not be just on the salary.
No.
Imagine, sometimes you need... Okay.
Let's call. Hello? Hello, caller.
Good morning. How are you, sir?
All right. How are you, sir? Are you watching the program right now?
No, it's Lazarus.
Oh, okay. We are live. I thought you are watching us. So we are live on TV just now. As you speak, you're live on TV.
Oh, all right.
Okay, sorry for that. Yes. So, dear viewers, if you must get in touch, the number you're calling is 0974 578988 or 0960 74 1864. We're discussing the anti-bullying policy, the policy that the Minister of Education has brought in as a result of children being depressed and having mental issues. And so with me on set is Mr. Kamfuli Valentine. And so he's here helping us understand how children can be helped. He has spoken to the fact that teachers must be empathetic, that you are speaking in the lives of children, that you talk to them, you attend to their problem. It shouldn't just be a salary that you get at the month end and that's all. No. Let there be an investment in the lives of children. And like you said, Mr. Kamfuli, you are role models. And so we find that even people who are seen to have been educated are committing suicide. They are having mental issues. How much should you be doing in terms of educating the mind, educating the whole person, so that when they are graduated, that when they graduate, they go and make a difference instead of killing themselves? What are you doing as schools?
Okay, so before I respond, I was talking about me being a teacher and shaping a generation that is coming.
Yeah.
One thing that I should have in mind is I'm entrusted with children. So the way I am treating those children, or the way I'm behaving towards those children, how about if those children were my children, my biological children? That is the first thought that should come into mind. Now, coming to your question, one thing that we need to understand as human beings is that we're in a world where there's chaos. We're in a world where there are problems. So it's not like problems will not come. It's not like you're not going to have problems in your life. Problems will always be there. So it's a matter of acceptance. You need to accept, and then you don't need to put yourself in a comfort zone.
That's right.
Yeah, you find yourself, you'll be in a place where you are comfortable. I would say a comfort zone is one of the most dangerous places for a human being, because you stop being productive because you're comfortable. You stop doing anything to progress. So one thing I would say is in life, you need to accept situations and move. I'll give an example of a child running. If a child is running and then this child falls, what do? This child will stand up. It's on rare occasion that the child will stay there and start crying. Mostly they do get up. Especially when they are in a playful way, they do get up. So what I would say to other people or my fellow people out there is that whatever that you go through, you can be at your lowest, you can go down. Just know that you can still get up.
Correct.
You can still get up. Problems will come. Problems are not there to weigh you down. It's your mentality. It's your mentality. It has to do with your mentality, the way you look at the problems. It's I'll give an example. There's this story of two people who went to a certain village. They were entrepreneurs. When they went there, one saw people were not putting on shoes, and was like, I can't do business here because these people don't know about this. The other one looked at them to say, this is where I will do my business, because if I educate these people about shoes, these people are going to buy my shoes. And he did that. So it is the mentality. So problems will come. One thing that we should have in mind is that when you face problems, you are not the first one to face the problem, and you are not the last one to face the problem. So problems will come, problems will go. Yes.
Correct. Problems will come, problems will go. You've heard it, dear viewers. Mr. Kamfuli there telling us to say problems will come and they will go. That should not make you depressed. You shouldn't suffer mental issues because problems will come, and certainly they will go because you've sought counsel and you're helped. What we're doing is to make sure that you're not depressed and you don't kill yourself because your mind is defeated. Mr. Kamfuli, I see you in a jersey for Manchester United. I know you're a Man U supporter. I'm Man City. And so this weekend there will be a match, Manchester City and Manchester United. One of our players, is he our midfielder? Dawood, is it? Mamouche is injured, so Man City may play without Mamouche. So I don't know what that will do, but obviously we'll still overcome. We'll still get you down as Man U. But very soon I'll be joined by Mr. Kumwenda. I'm sure you'll come on set as well so you can discuss. Since he's a football analyst, you'll be able to handle that well. Me, I'm not so much a sports person. Yes. So dear viewers, we'll take a break. On the other side, we'll be joined by Legal Mind as we discuss mental issues as well as depression. We want to see what the law says and how we must get to cover that. So a student of law will be joining us on the other side. Stay tuned.
Tell him that is all that matters to you. Tell him that silver or gold cannot take his place. Tell him sweet things tonight. I thank God for those who are worshiping. Open up your mouth to Jesus. Open up your mouth and lift up your voice. I want to hear people tonight who are ready to take the name of Jesus. As for me and my household, we will serve the Lord. No matter what men bring to me. Oh, Shalabayonos. Oh, can we begin to have koinonia tonight? Can we begin to have koinonia tonight? Can I hear people tonight who want to speak mysteries? Patoko batakatayada, esheteke patoko batayada. I'll make room for two. The power of God is so heavy in this place. The spirit of the prophetic. Now begin to talk to God. Now begin to tell him what you need. Open up your mouth and let him fill you. Out of the belly, out of your belly shall flow rivers of living waters. Can you open up your mouth tonight? What will I live for if I don't have you in my life? What will I gain if you take the Holy Ghost? Can you lavish your worship tonight? We didn't come to get familiar with Jesus.
You're welcome once again to CBC Breakfast. You still with me, Martin Lutona. Like I said, I'm bringing in different guests, and so at the moment I'm joined by a student of law in the name of Musonda. What's the other name, sir?
Musonda Mwanza.
Mwanza Musonda is here. Is a student of law, and of course able to give us some feel so that we understand. There are people that are depressed, and people that have mental problems. Mr. Mwanza, if someone who has mental issues and then they commit an offense, they are taken to police, and then people expect that this person will be arrested. Can a person who has a mental disorder be arrested? Yeah.
According to the Constitution of Zambia, it outlines that everyone is presumed to be sane unless proved otherwise. So, in an instance where the court, by a medical practitioner, discovers that a person is insane or of unsound mind, then that person won't undergo legal proceedings. The reasons as to why is when a crime is committed, there are two elements which are looked at. There is what is called the actus reus, which is the unlawful act itself, and then there is the mens rea, which is the intention. Now, for a person who is of unsound mind or a mentally disturbed person, the mental aspect is not going to be available. That's forth, the elements of a crime cannot suffice, and that person cannot be liable for committing an offense.
But here's a guy who, when the moment the police will say, no, he's unsound or something, like you said, they are presumed of sound mind and until proven by a practitioner. And so a person is released and say, okay, no, we can't have this one in police cells. And they go and do a felony or something, and then they are back to what must be done? Just help us understand there. How should such a one be handled? They are always committing crimes, and the person is said to be mad, so they are insane. What must be done?
Okay, in such a circumstance where the court finds that an individual is of unsound mind, there is what we call the president's pleasure. These people will be detained, but according to the president's pleasure, they'll be detained in a facility where medical assistance is going to be provided. Such institution in Zambia can be like Chainama, where these people of unsound mind will be detained, and then
I know even in Ndola, there is at Ndola Central there is a hospital for that again, just like Chainama. And I don't know at UTH is there a levy or levy is still at Chainama?
yes, and also rehab facilities.
Okay, rehab
Yes, when they're
facilities.
recommended, they can
Okay.
be added to a
They are
rehab
taken to the rehab. And,
Yes.
and that, so they are under they are watched through and through.
Yes.
Okay,
Mhm.
is that imprisonment or they just there for medical attention?
They are for medical medical assistance.
Okay, they are just going to be assisted medically so that they get better and then punished afterwards. So what happens afterwards?
No, they're not punished.
They are not punished.
Later on.
It's just to help them get better.
Yes.
Okay.
For them to, so that when they go back in society, they wouldn't commit the same.
Okay,
They won't
but
do
you
this
know,
analysis.
lawyers are meant to speak for such people and anyone. It's if you were a lawyer, like I know you haven't yet been admitted to the bar, but if you were a lawyer and then you are meant, the parents came to you and say you have to defend such a one because what they did is beyond. But then you have to go and defend them if you were in court. If it were you, would you do it as a Christian?
Yes, I would. And the reason is every human being has got a right to a fair hearing, and no one shall be presumed guilty unless proven otherwise by a court of law. Then when we come to the rules of natural justice, it talks about the procedure. Everyone has got a right to a fair procedure, which means you have to go to trial. Now, when you go to trial, you must be represented because you are ignorant of some things. So there must be someone who is going to help you, and that's why the lawyers now come in. And
But
give
a
people assistance.
Christian would say God is my lawyer, and then they don't want to have a physical lawyer. What would you say to such a one who believes God is the lawyer? And any other, whatever you are doing to me, I don't care because God is my lawyer. Why are human lawyers important?
Okay, that's a tricky question, no? God is there, and God works through people who he won't come physically and appear and do something for you, but he might work through the people. So I do believe a calling is not just for one to be a pastor, but you can be called in different things. Now, when God calls you, for example, to be a lawyer, which means God is going to use you, and you can advocate for those people. When they pray, God's using you. So I think that's what now the need of us having teachers and other professions, so that we can say God is everything. God is the best mathematician. God is the best physician. God is the best doctor and everything. But we still need these vices which God can use to help us even here on earth.
We need instruments that God can help us do that. Can one be a lawyer and still be a Christian, a good Christian? Because we've thought there's some gossip or something that lawyers are not usually Christian. Is it? Can someone be a good lawyer and a good Christian at the same time?
Yes.
How?
It's very possible.
How is that possible?
I believe there is nothing that's absolute. If you look at these great philosophers, there is also a loop or a lacuna in the statements which they had published. So it's up to you to decide what you really want to work for you. I have seen lawyers who are committed Christians and are very good in their field, and there are others who have taken a different turn and believe in other philosophies. So I do believe it's who you are and what you feel is good for you.
Can a lawyer be depressed?
They are also human.
They are human. They can be depressed. Can a lawyer have mental issues?
Yes, I think the aspect of mental issues, it's on everyone.
And everyone.
Even stress is a
Even
mental.
stress is a mental issue. So what must be done if someone is stressed or someone they are going through depression? What is there a legal approach to overcoming depression and mental health issues? Is there an approach? Is there a legally set standard for addressing depression and mental issues?
There is the Mental Health Act.
No.
If you are, we had
What does the Mental Health Act say?
it provides rights of mental patients under Section 16. If I can go through Section
Yes,
16,
yes.
is it
you can
okay?
do that, sure.
Okay. A mental patient. This is the Mental Health Act, number 6 of 2019,
Yeah.
Section 16. A mental patient has a right to, paragraph A, effective, timely, safe, and considerate, respectful, and care and support. So the law under Section A provides that these people have a right to go to a mental facility and have this support.
Okay, so that's the support. If someone is going through mental issues, they can seek to be guided, and then they go through rehabilitation and whatnot.
Sure.
So, I mean, like you said, mental issues affect almost everyone. So it's important that people seek redress if there is, and then they are assisted until they go to a rehabilitation facility, so that they don't suffer from that because of abuse of drugs and different other issues that affect them. So, Council, thank you so much for coming through and talking to us on issues of depression and mental health. Yeah, thank you so much. Dear viewers, we'll take a breather, and on the other side, I'll be joined by a sports analyst who will be able to fill us in terms of sports. You remember I mentioned to Mr. Kamfuli that Man U and Man City will be having a derby this weekend, and so we look forward to that. A breather on the other side, I'll be with you with a sports analyst. Yes. Good morning once again, viewers. Time check 08:42 on CBC Breakfast, and we are discussing mental issues as well as depression. And joining me in studio is a sports analyst, Mr. Fisiani Kumwenda. Is a sports analyst and talking about sports and whatnot. Mr. Kumwenda, good morning.
Good morning, how are you, sir?
Wonderful, thank you. It's good to have you with us today. And before you talk into sports,
Yes,
what is your understanding of depression? Can a sports person be depressed? Sportsmen and women, do they go through depression?
They do go through depression.
How? And how does that happen?
I think that if if the expectations that you expect or the results to get, you don't get them according to the way of plan, I think just from there, one can get depressed.
Why do people who are depressed encouraged to do sports? They go jogging, they go. So that says maybe if a person is sportsmen and women, they are always in the sport. So I think for them, they already overcome stress and depression. So now you say that they also get depressed. So I'm trying to understand.
Okay, in a complex context, I think depression is in so many categories. So sometimes depression, I think maybe I've noticed that most of people that undergo depression, they normally do physical exercises. Why are they doing that? Is because to avoid certain pressure that comes in, which has to do with mental health. So for me, I say when it comes to football or it comes to any sport, I think I feel it on when you want to get the result, the positive result when you're in a match, be it in any competition has to do with sports. I feel yes, one can undergo depression because of the results. Maybe they expected in a positive way, but it comes into a negative aspect. I think even that also can be part of it.
Wonderful. So depression affects even sportsmen and women.
Yes.
Everyone, whoever is a human being, they go through depression. So everyone can be depressed. They're all depressed time and again. Now, before that, we were talking about Manchester United and Man City having a derby this weekend. Fill us in. What do you have to say about sports?
I feel Man City, looking at even the standing in their table, I think I feel Man U, I think will carry the day. Looking at
because of the injury that Mamouche has.
Yes, I feel so.
You think so? We are a strong team. Man City, we do surprises.
Because why am I saying that? Looking at the performance of Man City so far, just from the start of the league, I think Man City has been struggling. At the moment, they only just won one game, and they have lost about 2 games. And Man U, for me, coming in, I see Man U coming victorious because of their start, their beginning. They have only lost 1 game. They have won 1 and they have drawn 1. So I feel Man U, they are going strong.
Okay.
Yes, looking at Man City's the injuries that are happening to the team.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel so. Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, the game itself will say. So we will wait and see how it turns out to be.
Yeah.
Fill us in on the Zambian sport. Where are we in terms of local leagues and whatnot?
Okay, in our local league, one of the good thing that have Topstar and MTN Premier League, they have come to a deal about $5 million to broadcast all 9 matches that will be happening every weekend.
Really?
And of which it has never happened in Zambia, but it's happening.
Wonderful.
So meaning that all the 9 games will be broadcast at ZNBC and is it Sun Sports TV?
We'll pick it also at CBC.
Yes, and yeah. So I think that deal, I feel it will bring it shall circuit some players like where players will be known, they'll be seen, whereby they can be spotted if all channels the games are being played. I feel that it will show more talent.
Correct.
And taking the players will be going beyond to their expectations.
Okay.
I feel that was a good deal.
Wonderful.
That was a very good deal.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. That's good.
Yeah.
Where's the standing of Chipolo Polo in terms of the World Cup qualifiers? Are there 2 matches remaining or it's only 1?
Yes, and there are 2 matches that have remained, and there's a possibility that they can go to playoff.
Okay.
Looking at the loss, Tanzania lost from Niger.
Okay.
So meaning Zambia still have the chances, but the remaining games they are must wins. They have to win.
They must win with a good margin.
Yes.
Of course. Then they need to score.
Yes.
So do we have the potential to win those 2 matches? Who are we playing with?
So we'll play with Tanzania next month. There's played
And they're a
Tanzania.
strong team as well.
And also they are a strong
And
team.
which other one?
Also Niger. Those are the
Niger.
last 2 games. So
Okay.
if we are able to win all these, we are able to win these 2 big matches, it means that the possibility of going to play off. Looking at the group, we other groups they have been they are playing 10 games, but because of the absence of one national team that was not featured, so as we are 5, so we have 8 games that we need to play. So meaning that if we play these 2 remaining matches, there is a possibility that Zambia can go to the playoff. Now on the playoff, that's where now the selection comes in, which team. And the beauty about the qualification for CAF this time is that there's a possibility that 10 teams in Africa has to represent
Okay.
in 2026.
Wonderful. So we may be part of those.
We might
10
be
teams.
part of it, yes.
So what must we be doing as a national team
I think
in order to win this match based off what you have seen in the performance of the team? What needs to be changed?
I think for me, I think we need to look at our defenders. I think the most challenge that we have, I think, is defensive.
Where is Stopila Sunzu?
Stupila Nsunzu is around.
Has
But
he stopped playing?
I think for now, I think if a
Has
coach,
he retired?
not really, because if the coach, I feel the coach, if the coach is not calling a player to come, it means that he's looking at all angles
Okay.
when it comes to physical fitness. Yeah, I think in that aspect. But otherwise, all in all, we have good players.
What of Frankie Musonda?
Frank Msonda, okay.
Is he part of the team?
Yes, he is. He's part
Did
of
he
the
play
team.
at Levi Manaus?
No, because of the injury that occurred
Okay.
during the preparation when they were going against the Atlas Lions of Morocco.
So how long will it take for him to recover?
I think it was just few weeks that he was given. I'm sure by the time we are coming in October, I'm sure by then he'll be physically fit and be able to take the task.
How did the Fashion Sakala perform?
Fashion Sakala played so well, despite failing not to score. I think they did well. I think in the second half, Zambia came so well after some changes at the back.
Okay.
The introduction of Luvambo Msonda, the skipper, I think on the back left, I think he played a good game, and there's this young man who is putting on jersey 11 also came with that pressure where we even had some chances of scoring. Like Patson Daka almost wanted to score, but it went over the bar.
Over the bar.
Yeah.
Okay,
Otherwise, I think we have the team.
Could it be that the professionals came in late into preparation for this match? So it's like the team wasn't united. Maybe there are different skills. They didn't cohere. They didn't connect because some professionals came late and they haven't been playing together for some time.
Yes.
Fashion hasn't been
In the-
called
yeah,
in
yeah.
the team, so maybe even Patson Daka came in as well a bit late or something.
Yeah.
So there is need probably that they could train together for
some time.
For some time.
I think I think also even that also contributed. Otherwise, all in all, Zambia has talented players,
Okay.
skilled players
Yeah.
that can even play bigger national teams. Yes. Otherwise, the only thing it was, I think the little time that they had in terms of preparation for FIFA qualifiers, I think it was too little for them. I feel we need to start having more time. Even those local players that we have here, they train together. I feel by so doing, I think there will be good communication. There will be good.
Mr. Kumwenda, if you gauged between the Chipolopolo team and the national team, the Chipolopolo,
The males.
there are spirituality levels. Who do you say they pray more between the girls and the men team? The girls would say bola na resa. The men, we don't know what they call their bola. So could it be that the girls are succeeding because they put God in front of the sport? How?
Everything for me, I would say it depends on because I wouldn't say the women's football, and I think when you look at the women's national team for Zambia, I think they've been consistent in terms of performance. I think it's due to the fact that these players, they have been together for some time. There haven't been those changes. Even when Bruce was coaching, still they maintain the same team, but they are adding up. But unlike in our men's national team, because of, you discover that each and every game or every tournament that we are playing, you will discover that there are a lot of changes of players. I think for me, being consistent to a group of players that you say, okay, these ones, we need to keep them. Regardless, in as much as yes, we can be adding up, but we need to keep them. I think that's the reason why women's national team has been doing wonders in terms of,
because they've been together for a long time.
Yes.
And they've been praying for a long time.
Yes.
We've seen them praying together for a long time. And there's been a suggestion with the soccer fans that the national team boys should play the national team girls. And then the girls will wallop the boys because they are stronger than our men's team. So are you for the idea that we should have a match for Chipolo Polo versus Chipolo Polo at Hero Stadium or Levi Mwanawasa? Then people should go and see. Can we push for that there can be that match?
I don't feel, for me, you can't put, is this the women?
For the sake of entertainment, we just say the women play the girls, then we'll see who win.
And if it's for the fans, I think maybe it's okay. It's okay.
So maybe we need to encourage the men team also to be praying like the women team does.
Yes.
We don't know what the chaplains are doing. If you're watching, those that go to pray with the players for the Chipolo Polo team, would encourage that there is more spirituality in them as well. Apart from just the soccer, the game itself, let there be prayers, the way the girls have been doing. We've seen them pray, we've seen them sing together. They've put God in front of the sport. They say Bola Naresa. And we've seen God performing wonders because they've put him in front. So apart from the talent, there has to be God as well. That will help a great deal. Mr. Kumwenda, thank you so much for sharing your insights on the topic, as well as giving us a sports update. Until next time, thank you so much. Dear viewers, this is where we come to an end of the breakfast show, and I guess you were entertained. You've been blessed by all the guests that came through and the topic of discussion. And we're just talking of the fact that you need to overcome depression, you need to overcome mental issues. So whatever problem that you are facing, the Word of God is enough. The Word of God is able to help you overcome all that. And all you can do is talk to someone. If you're going through a challenge, don't die inside. Speak to someone. Ask for help. Are you suffering from Congole? Talk to someone. They help. Just reach out. God will help you. Pray and repent from whatever sins, and let God be your number one center stage. And when you do, things will go well with you. This is where we say bye-bye. Until next time, my name is Martin Lutona. I've been your host throughout, and we look forward to next week on the Breakfast Show. Bye-bye for now.